Kate Middleton felt resentment towards Meghan Markle for causing her to miss Queen Elizabeth II's final moments, according to the author of a new royal book. Royal commentator Robert Jobson, who is the author of Our King Charles III. The Man and the Monarch revealed, made new claims about the late monarch's family during a recent interview with Australian publication The Daily Telegraph. He noted that before the Queen died at her home in Scotland in September, immediate members of her family rushed to the city to see her. However, Jobson pointed out that Prince William's wife, Kate, and Prince Harry's wife, Meghan, did not join their spouses on this trip to Scotland. The royal commentator alleged that now King Charles III was the one who asked the two women not to come. If Catherine doesn't come, Meghan can't either. It's not appropriate for wives to attend, he claimed to the Australian magazine, as reported by the New Zealand Herald. Despite the claim, Jobson still alleged that the Queen's youngest son, Prince Edward, was accompanied by his wife, Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh, when visiting the late royal in September. Jobson went on to claim that while the Duke of Sussex wanted his wife with him to see the Queen, his father allegedly didn't want this, but he couldn't tell Harry that. Harry was insisting Meghan travel with him to Scotland as the Queen's life ebbed away, but the king said it was only for the children and grandchildren to be with the Queen, he claimed. Privately, he wanted to say Meghan was not welcome, but he couldn't say that to Harry, so he personally intervened and asked Kate to stay back so that it was fairer on Meghan. Jobson claimed the request for Kate to stay back while her husband was saying goodbye to the Queen ended up impacting her feelings toward Meghan. Kate deliberately stayed away, but she desperately wanted to be there with the Queen in her last moments. That's eaten Kate up and has built up resentment towards Meghan, the author added. He also claimed that when the late monarch passed on 8 September, she was with Charles and his wife, Queen Camilla, and Princess Anne, the Queen's only daughter. William, Edward, Sophie, and the Queen's third child, Prince Andrew, reportedly arrived at 5 p.m. that day, 2 hours after she passed. Harry joined the rest of the group at 8 p.m. According to Jobson, there was also some tension between Kate and the Duke and Duchess of Sussex during a walkabout in London after the Queen passed. On 10 September, William and Kate walked alongside Harry and Meghan as they greeted well-wishers near Windsor Castle 9 days before the Queen's funeral. Pictures of the four wearing mourning attire quickly made headlines at the time, with Harry and Meghan holding hands. This was also their first engagement under their new titles after stepping back from royal duties in 2020. In his book, Our King Charles III. The Man and the Monarch revealed, Jobson claimed that sources told him that while the four seemed amicable on the day, that wasn't the case. He said that, according to sources, the image of unity was an illusion. He made claims about the Princess of Wales' feelings during that walk, writing, Catherine later admitted to a senior royal that, such was the ill feeling between the two couples, the joint walkabout was one of the hardest things she'd ever had to do. In his bombshell book, Spare, Harry has made multiple claims about the royal family, including a story about a physical altercation that he had with his brother. He also alleged that there were several occasions where Kate and William were hostile towards his wife. For example, he shared some tense texts between Meghan and Kate about the infamous bridesmaid dresses for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's 2018 wedding. On 12 April, Buckingham Palace announced that Harry will attend his father's coronation ceremony in May, while Meghan will remain in California with their children, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. According to a friend of the Sussexes, Harry reached out to the king since the release of his book, which came out in January. As reported by The Telegraph, a friend of Harry and Meghan said that there had been some positive conversations between him and his father. The publication also alleged that Harry held peace talks with the king before his presence at the coronation was confirmed.